Hello everyone, on today's episode of Spooky Wars, we are looking at Ghostface versus Jeff the Killer. No supernatural beings of any kind, just humans duking it out. And there will be two Ghostface, because there's always a pair. Except for the third Scream movie. This will definitely be one of my shorter videos because they are just humans. But still interesting nonetheless. And to start things off, we are going to have Ghostface. And I will be using the best Ghostface duo for this video, which is none other than Billy and Stu. Now, Billy and Stu became Ghostface to exact revenge and for the thrill. Respectively, in the first movie, Billy was motivated by his mother's abandonment of his family due to his father's affair with Maureen Prescott, which destroyed his life. Stu, a fan of horror movies and a psychopath, was influenced by Billy and was likely motivated by a combination of peer pressure and the thrill of committing the murders. Billy Loomis started killing as a plan for elaborate revenge against Maureen Prescott, Sydney's mother. After murdering Maureen and framing her lover, he and Stu Marcher continued the killing spree a year later, motivated by their desire to continue the game and terrorize Sydney, who was a constant reminder of Maureen. Billy learned the truth about his parents' affair and the affair between his father and Maureen Prescott from Sydney's half-brother Roman Bridger, who also encouraged his vengeance. Now we're going to go over Ghostface's abilities. Extreme Stealth. Ghostface is incredibly stealthy, able to enter and exit locations unnoticed, which is crucial for surprising victims. Physical Strength and Durability. Ghostface possesses above-average physical strength, allowing him to overpower and physically harm victims, and sometimes exhibits superhuman durability to resist fatal injuries. Combat Prowess. Ghostface is highly skilled with their signature knife, often using it to stab or slit throats. I prefer to use my knives to cut steak, personally, but, to each their own, I guess. Deception and Manipulation. Ghostface uses psychological tactics like taunting phone calls with a voice changer and manipulating victims' loved ones to create panic and lure them into traps. Planning and Preparation. Each Ghostface killer extensively researches their victims and horror movie tropes to plan their attacks and to create elaborate traps. Knowledge of horror films. A key element of the Ghostface persona is a comprehensive knowledge of horror conventions and trivia, which they use to outwit and manipulate their victims. But I think that about wraps up Ghostface, so now we move on to Jeff the Killer. Jeff the Killer, formerly known as Jeffrey Woods, moves to a new neighborhood with his parents and brother, Leo. He is soon accosted by bullies led by Randy. Leo takes the blame for a confrontation with the bullies, resulting in his arrest and placement in juvenile hall. An unknown amount of time later, Jeff attends a birthday party where the same bullies attack him. During the fight, Jeff kills them, but he is doused in alcohol and set on fire. Jeff wakes up in the hospital disfigured by the burns. He becomes psychotic, finding joy in his beautiful new face. At home, his mother discovers him carving a permanent smile and burning off his eyelids. This leads him to murder his family. And now for Jeff the Killer's abilities. Superhuman physicals. Jeff the Killer exhibits extraordinary strength, speed, agility, durability, and reflexes, allowing him to overpower and outmaneuver others. Stealth mastery. He is adept at sneaking into homes undetected, making him a terrifying presence before he even appears. Weapon proficiency. Jeff is highly skilled with his knife, capable of precise throws and brutal close-quarters combat. Berserk mode. In a state of extreme rage and bloodlust, he becomes an unstoppable killing machine. Fear inducement. His horrifying appearance and disturbing behavior instill deep psychological trauma, paranoia, and intense fear in his victims. Manipulation. He can use his charm and other deceptive tactics to gain trust before betraying and slaughtering his targets. High pain tolerance and resilience. Jeff can endure significant injuries such as being stabbed or carving his own face, and possesses a strong immune system that prevents infections from his self-inflicted wounds. Okay, but for real, who would trust a face like that? I mean, you hear the saying, don't judge a book by its cover, but the man literally mutilated his own face. He has that face. If he just walked up to you and said hi, someone would run off screaming. Am I a jerk for saying that? Maybe. But another wise old saying is, truth hurts. But now it comes down to who would win. This would be a very tough battle for all three of them. Because Jeff would have to deal with two opponents, and Ghostface would have to deal with Jeff's strength, agility, and all of that. But I think if this was like a very long, drawn-out movie kind of ordeal, the Ghostface would probably be able to beat Jeff the Killer.
I'm Ghostface, and I'll kill you that way.
I mean, Billy and Stu were very good planners. So if they survived the first or maybe second fight with Jeff the Killer, they could probably think of a good plan to take him out. If it was just one Ghostface, no, Jeff the Killer would absolutely destroy a single Ghostface. And Billy and Stu, if they survived another fight, they would probably bring guns and knives, and not just use knives. They would probably be like, holy fish paste, this guy's power is over 9,000! But that's why I think the Ghostface would win. Let me know what you all think in the comments, and let me know if there's another certain fight between two horror characters or horror game characters you would love to see. I'd love to know what you guys are interested in watching. And as always, please like and subscribe, live long and prosper, may the Lord be with you, and stay spooky.